We finally won the one we
I know,
couldn't
right?
win. We won the one we couldn't win. Game 2 OTs are our specialty. Third straight series where we've won in overtime. Ehlers.
Another beauty.
We finally won the game we could never win. It came against Florida last year where we won an Eastern Conference game, but that's when we were already buried
it was
in the
3-0.
series.
Yeah.
This is totally different.
Yeah, that's the show that you're
This
in.
is the difference between not being the favorite in the series and now being potentially Stanley Cup favorite. That's a swing goal there, and it's big. Ehlers. Huge game from him.
Maybe they both show the replay.
In the second period or the first overtime, a long change. That's why Ehlers is right in.
Hurricanes, they play well with the long change. It seems like.
Overtime didn't last long. What little there was, I felt like we controlled most of it. We had them hemmed in their defensive zone.
That's what you get. That's what you get for trying to whip our
That was
ball.
with Freddie's assist. Freddie got a point on that, didn't
Yes.
he? Yeah.
Is it the...
No.
Well, no, never
No,
mind.
that was the one earlier.
No, that was yes.
That was the
play,
one, the push before it.
that was the quick up after the injury to Hudson, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did Hudson get hurt?
Yeah, there was a big hit from Hall on him, I believe. A shift, maybe a shift before this. Overtime's kind of blurry when you...
What a beauty indeed,
score.
Griffin. What a beauty indeed.
I actually know how he did that. Like when he was standing up, he hit it because he was standing right over there. He could hit it right over there to get it in.
Ooh, I thought his first goal tonight was big. His second goal, even bigger.
Big stuff
I guess
here.
we needed them both, though.
Yeah.
Play through the middle of the ice. Right. That allowed Ehlers that.
Who got our first overtime winning goal in the first series?
Martin Oak.
Okay. So it's 2 from the third line and 1 from the second line.
John, you know when you did that, I wasn't even asleep.
Well,
I figured you weren't.
I just got
I'm glad you weren't.
I'm glad you weren't asleep.
That's-
Good
there.
night, man.
Right.
Carolina Hockey Minute with John and Cole. Canes win the game. They absolutely needed to win here.
It's one of those.
Nikolai Ehlers 2 goals tonight, including the game winner in overtime.
It's one of those games where it's not a have to have it because you're not out of it.
Yeah.
Your back's pretty hard against the wall. But for the Hurricanes, I mean, we've won 2 out of it in the last 18.
Well, if you want the
Eastern
stat, how
Conference
close
games.
you were to potentially being eliminated when the road team wins the first 2 games of a conference final, they go on to win the series 20 out of 21 times.
Yeah.
Only once has a home team overcome losing twice at home to start a conference finals. And you avoid all of that.
Because see, now you can go back up.
Here
So you
with
can
it.
go to Canada and you can get the next game, and then you'll take the series lead and you'll break Montreal's haven't lost back to back. Because you're going to have to break that now that you dropped the first game.
It's always about the next game, but to me, the goal is to go up to Montreal, get 1 to steal home ice back, even though Montreal's really good on the road. We know that. Or were they 9-2 on the road entering tonight?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Or something like that. That's all right. You got caught up watching these commercials.
I just hit the mute. Yeah, sorry.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, no.
No, you go up to Montreal and you want to win 1 out of 2, I guess is my goal to be even for game 5, and then you go from there. But hell, anything's possible now, man.
Yeah, it's great to have the win off because, like you said, the last time we won, it was against Florida after we were down 3-0.
Yeah.
We stole the last game in Florida, and I'm pretty sure that
The last one was just about saving face and just having some respect for the game of hockey. That
Right.
one game we won last year.
yeah. Then they came back to Carolina and took it. But
So that's just a huge
get
goal
this
from
up now.
Ehlers.
You've shown you can win.
There you go.
They've shown they can win, but
Broke the
now-
home losing streak in the conference finals as well.
see now you can also say that first one was because of the rest. It was too long.
Well, I'll tell
Came
you,
out a little flat-footed,
certainly
blah, blah,
our
blah.
worst. I know the first game was unacceptable in general, but it did get a little better as it went on. That first period was by far the worst. They look good tonight. It wasn't a 60-minute effort, but there were some turnovers
that first
were
goal,
questionable.
What was we said? Both teams scored in the first minute in the last game, and both teams scored on their first shot in this game. And their first shot was after our very first, only defensive complete debacle. And they scored right off of it. But, I mean, like I said in earlier, if you get the win, it's hard to make notes.
Yeah, a couple of guys probably got off the hook that we'd otherwise.
Yeah, Kendrick Miller, that goalie went
Oh,
in.
you're going to go there.
He went down, and he was coming in fast, and he slid hard. I don't know why. I don't know why he slid like that. Like, I would understand if he was pushing down and you were sliding in to block his speed.
Yeah.
But this man was standing still.
He didn't force him wide, that's for sure.
And he didn't even sweep.
He forced him right back to the middle.
And he just went to his backhand, and Keandre didn't even move his stick towards him, and he didn't buy that.
Yeah, that was Josh Anderson's second of the night, the tying goal we're talking about here.
He stopped and got up and got back in the play, but by the time he got back, he'd already moved into the middle slot and fired it.
All right, let me do a quick game rundown here. Robinson scored for the Canes to get him on the board in the first, 2:33. Anderson scores his first of the night. We're tied after the first period. You really liked the first period. I thought it was okay. I wish we would have gotten a lead out of it, but everything worked out in the end.
Their goal, that first goal they got.
What are you going to do about that one?
Off of Nikishin's skate. And just
changed the angle completely and just forked it really high.
About shin high to shoulder high.
Absolutely.
And Freddie tried to get his hand up. He didn't get there. You can't.
I think Freddie knew in real time that it hit. I mean, he's paying attention. He's right up close to it. But he knew that he got he got unlucky with that a little bit.
Right.
And when you have to make so few saves tonight, your save percentage will never recover, really. He finishes with an 833, but he does get the win. In the second period, after we're tied at 1, Ehlers at 17:03, assisted by Chatfield and Slavin. He gets his first of the night at the time. Slavin was a +2 at least tonight, I believe, so a bounce-back game from Slavin.
Yeah, he got 2 assists. He was.
That's
I don't know if he was in on that last one or not.
But he was not. I'll get to that here in just a second. But Anderson ties it, like we talked about.
Bounce back.
He did. And then, Ehlers wins it in overtime, assisted by Jankowski and Chatfield.
Chatty getting a point.
2 assists tonight for Chatfield.
Now, the push before that, Freddie almost got a point because there was the long change in overtime.
Right.
And Freddie quick upped it to Robinson.
He did.
And that's when I said the thing
you wanted him to really push forward.
For the net, and he didn't. He held back. And I really wanted him to take that step and move in and take
I don't know his shift time at that point, but I understand what you're saying.
But we were already doing the change, and then they were going to have to rush back in from the long change. So,
Chatfield 2 assists, Jankowski 2 assists, Carrier. I was going to say 2 assists, but actually I confused the Carriers there for a second. Both Carriers get an assist again tonight. I think that happened last game as well. So, hell yeah, man! Freddie makes 10 saves.
Yeah, 10 saves.
I could probably get the shot opportunities, but they were at a minimum. I don't know how many block shots. I don't have the block shots here in front of me. That's a stat that you would have to retrieve. But what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Like, this is one of those games. We have those often where the goaltending looks bad because they let in 2 goals, and we've only let them have 9 shots or whatever.
Yeah, this is not a team to come to if you want to glow in save percentage, because it's just a lack of, and especially against Montreal. We talked about this.
Yeah.
This is a team that doesn't value, the Canadians do not value a low danger opportunity nearly what
they're going to work it, and they're going to get it into those sweet spots and fire it. They're patient.
So both teams go 0 for on the power play. Canes 0 for 3, Montreal 0 for 2.
And the hits was crazy.
That's what I was going to talk about next. 47-17.
Okay, mine's 46-17, but same thing.
Nevertheless, Montreal's not a team this is possibly the least physical team that we're going to see in the playoffs.
And the thing is that, we laid 46 hits, but I didn't see the Hall one. I assume they'll show it in the
late one on
Hudson.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but I mean, there weren't really a whole lot of hits that were crazy for either side.
No, I think
it wasn't really chippy.
Seems to me like we were paying attention to the hits throughout. Seems like it ramped up in maybe the second period. Second period was probably the greasiest period tonight, from my recollection. Also, the second period might have been the Hurricanes' best period tonight. So that's good to see because the second period overall this season was something that at times gave the Hurricanes fits.
The block shots were 20 us, 19 them, by the way.
So it's not like we blocked. 20's good. I like that we outblocked them. 20's fine. But when you only allow 12, it just shows that there weren't a whole lot of shot opportunities there for Montreal either.
Yeah, they don't fire from the point.
I wanted a good defensive game tonight, and it wasn't great, but it was good. This is a hockey game. If you can replicate it, can steal a game in Montreal when you go up there now, which is just great to see, man. And
it's crazy.
You had to see it tonight.
Walker and Gostisbehere all -1. All our defenders were -1 except for Chatfield and Slavin. That pairing did all the work.
Chatfield, third star tonight, by the way, +3. Eric Robinson, second star. Robinson was just really on top of it, even though he could have got more shots tonight. He might have passed up a shot or two, but he was still gunning for him. And Ehlers, first star. That's pretty damn obvious. And just a bounce back game for the defense. And I
do it on the road.
Now do it on the road, and Jarvis was snake bitten tonight.
He got that goal last game, and then this game he had a shot that was really down low towards the red line, but it was on an empty net, and we thought Dobish got the save, but he went wide. Svechnikov hit the crossbar off of like a sneaky shot. We hit another one in the first that I celebrated. I thought we scored, but it was off the bar and out. Lots of shots. I know
it was Stahl, yeah.
Wide of the net, and several whiffs. But not even on shots, whiffs on like puck control.
But a lot of this was in the offensive zone, and
that's why it's not as bad.
The ozone time was good tonight. Possession time felt very good, and
we say that all the time. When you make those mistakes in the offensive zone, it doesn't feel as bad as when you're turning it over in your zone, and now they're going on the attack.
Right, although Montreal will get it up quick on your ass, and we saw tonight far less breakaways and odd man rushes.
They only had one real breakaway at the end of the second, and Svechnikov got back, got a good stick on it, and Freddie had to be aware. He didn't have to make a crazy save, but he had to be aware, and he did a good job.
And the irony of that is we win it on a break chance there from Ehlers.
Sorry.
So we flipped it on him, and I said it last year about Taylor Hall. I'm going to say it right now about Ehlers. If I didn't already once this postseason, this is why you got this guy in the offseason, man.
Yeah.
Because he was the difference in without his 2 goals, you're probably down 2-0.
Yeah.
But we don't have to deal with that now.
Yeah,
going back to the first line here for a second, though. Jarvis snake bitten tonight, looked good. Svechnikov, despite a penalty.
He drew a penalty, and then before the end of that power play, he took a penalty.
And he also tried a lacrosse.
He did try a lacrosse. It had potential.
It did have potential. It started from pretty far away. I said if you cut the goal in half, he started on the opposite side of the goal when he lifted it and started from what I remember at least now. Anyway, he came from pretty far away, and the goalie, he did have it covered. Dobish was fine tonight, pretty good. Dobish was not bad, and he had that wrap chance covered there.
Yeah, Dobish was just as good as he was last game.
And so the only negative I'm going to say before we run here is Aho. I still want to see him score.
We need more for the top line. Ultimately,
that's kind of what I'm getting at, talking about. But Jarvis snake bitten, you kind of see. I see Svechnikov and Jarvis. If they broke through in Montreal, it wouldn't surprise me. Right now, Aho, he's playing his role, but he's not giving us anything extra. He hasn't scored in a while.
Say this too, the Stankoven Hall line with Blake last game did not do well. This game, it showed a little more life. Hopefully that trend continues.
I thought all 4 lines were good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. But like last game, I don't think, the Stankoven line got scored on twice, I believe.
Yeah. No,
and
for sure.
But this game, they were much better. Blake had a fantastic game. I hope that continues to trend in that direction, and the second line really finds their groove in this next game.
Right. Well, next one's the road game, so you don't get first.
That's the thing they bring up.
First choice there.
They beat us 3 times in the regular season. We didn't get to them. I don't remember who was hurt when we played them. Maybe nobody. Maybe a lot of people.
Right.
But in the playoffs, you get to play them multiple times, so they can get a feel for them and figure out the rhythm.
You can.
And that goes both ways, but hopefully, like with the trending up of the third line.
And you would think
second line.
you're the much fresher team.
Yeah.
Even though this team is young and they don't play a particularly heavy game, so it's not particularly taxing in Montreal here. But still, they've played 2 7-game series already.
Mm-hmm.
You've barely played 7 games.
And they've won both.
Tonight was game number 10, right? Yeah, game number 10.
Yeah.
Now 9-1.
And 10 for us and 16 for them.
We avoid a lot of just gloom and doom. Just the sky's falling here, man. Yeah. All right, Canes get the win they absolutely needed. Anything else, man?
No.
I mean, we could go on about. I could go on about this one for an hour.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the most important games of like the last couple of years, frankly. Because last year we were building, but it. Okay, I'll say this before we run. We haven't talked about this. Colorado's down 2-0.
They are down 2-0.
This bracket is
not the way I thought it would go
in
at
a way
all.
that no, I didn't either. Well, actually, I did think that Vegas would give Colorado a run for their money and thought that they maybe even win it in 7. But to get 2 on the road like they did is a statement.
Yeah.
Big statement out of the Golden
They
Knights.
got all 3 of their goals in the third period, if I'm not mistaken.
But if I'm a member of the Hurricanes, I mean, I still want to. I mean, they don't look at it like we do because they're fans. I'd rather face the Golden Knights than Colorado, and I don't care if they freaking sweep them.
If Colorado's playing like this when they come to Carolina, I'm not going to be
Don't
worried
fear.
about.
Well, what I'm getting at, and the players can think that. Don't fear anybody's what I'm saying, man.
No,
there's not anybody left that's unbeatable.
Yeah, everybody's beatable. We've all seen it.
All right, Canes get it done. Series tied at 1. Next game. Memorial Day, right? Monday.
Memorial Day, Monday.
8 o'clock. Yeah, back to 8 o'clock. I'm kind of assuming they're all going to be 8 o'clock from here on out. Man, I forgot this one. Even with it's only 10:13 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow. All right, dude. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Go Canes.